Get ready to drop the puck, take a free throw, and step up to the plate. It's time for the Metro East Sports Podcast on lineupmedia.fm.
Okay, guest number 3 coming right up. Nick Mellenthin of EHS Football and EHS Study Hall. But before we get to Nick, I got to talk about Keller Williams Marquee. If you are looking to buy or sell a home in the Metro East on the Illinois or the Missouri side, please give our partners at Keller Williams Marquee, Jeb and Ginger Blasingame, the chance to serve you. They've got offices in Waterloo, O'Fallon, and Edwardsville with more than 130 agents. The Blasingames are a family-owned business that has helped over 5,000 families find just the right home. The Lipes are one of those families. Jeb and Ginger sold our house quickly because they're experts at staging and pricing, and they helped us find the perfect home, and they can do the same for you. No wonder they're ranked in the top 10 real estate teams in North America. I'm going to say that again. Not top 10 in the St. Louis area, not top 10 in the Metro East, top 10 in North America. That's a continent. Top 10 on the continent.
That's crazy.
Coach, give Jeb and Ginger Blasingame a call at 618-578-9276 or check them out online at blasinggamegroup.com. You'll not be disappointed. I know I wasn't. Okay, welcome to the show, Coach Mellenthin.
Thank you for having me.
What's good, man?
Oh, just getting ready for playoffs and had a good practice today and looking forward to the week.
You guys have a big one coming up on Friday night.
Yeah.
You guys are at 5-4. At 5-4 as a record, and you are playing South Elgin, if I'm not mistaken, and they are 9-0.
9-0, yeah.
How do you keep your players from getting on YouTube and getting intimidated by this?
You don't. I mean, we have huddle film on them. They watch huddle film. They know what to be prepared for. So it's really keeping them on the level of knowing we've got to be prepared in what we do to be able to defend what they do.
And they're high school kids, man.
Yeah.
You're playing against other high school kids. They could easily drop the ball. You don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
So, anyway, what does South Elgin do well?
They run the ball well. They run the ball well. They pass. I mean, they've only given up 4 touchdowns all year.
What?
Yeah.
Huh.
They are crazy. They won their last game 70-0 against West Chicago. I mean, all the schools up there are big, so it's going to be finding the right things to do to counteract, their big 4 offensive linemen.
Okay. Here's my scouting report. Get a lead, score, and then they won't know what to do because they haven't had to play from behind all year.
That's a good one. I mean, I'll have to bring that to the table with Coach Matt and Coach Pick and all of them. We'll try to put that one in.
How you come up with that lead is going to be up to you, but that's what I would tell our guys. Like, hey, guys, come on, man. They're high school kids. They're just like you.
Yeah. They're
going to be more nervous than you. All the pressure's on them. And once we get a lead, they're going to freak out, man. Let's do this.
I mean, that's good motivation.
Now, I had Lily Berry on here, field hockey star. Actually, I didn't have her on. Jenna Holder, who does the Just Girls broadcast, which is really cool. Which, if you haven't listened to it, listen to her podcast on the Metro East Sports Podcast Network.
Yeah.
The Just Girls podcast. She had Lily Berry on here. Field hockey team had only had 2 wins all season. Night before their playoff game, Lily Berry says, we just got to go out there and not worry about the regular season, focus on this game, and do what we can do. And that girl went out and scored a goal, and they won 1-0.
That's the way to do it. I mean, postseason is a new season. Everybody's 0-0. You can't lose. I mean, once you lose, you're done. So you just got to put your best out every play, every second.
So would you consider bringing Lily Berry in to come give the guys a motivational speech?
That would be probably a good thing. I don't know if the kids would just laugh at it or what. But
what?
Hey, you don't know.
She's awesome. She did a fantastic job. All right. So what's the vibe of the team this week, Coach?
Excited. Kind of like we feel disrespected that we're the 31 seed.
Okay. You guys play a heck of a schedule all year long, man. Your out of conference schedule and the games that you pick to play. hopefully they're going to make you tough. I mean, because you guys played some tough ones.
Our last 2 games of the regular season are East St. Louis and CBC.
Well, you got to play East St. Louis. You
Yeah.
don't have a choice there. You got to schedule them, but you don't have to schedule. You don't have to schedule CBC
Or DeSmet.
or DeSmet
Or
exactly.
Highland. 3 top teams in the area. Every year you read about them in the paper or see them on the news that they're winning their districts or whatever they do in Missouri and continually have success. So you want to measure yourself up against that.
Let's talk about the Tigers. What do the Tigers do well? What does South Elgin have to worry about on your side this next week? This Friday night, right?
Friday night at 6, yeah.
Okay, I thought that's what I saw. What are they worried about you guys? What do you do well?
I mean, we're just relentless. We block, tackle, hit. Nassim is such a great athlete on the D-line that he can cause anybody trouble. Jordan Bush can run the ball. Jake Curry, awesome quarterback as a sophomore. So, I mean, they got to be prepared for everything.
Because you guys run a pro-style offense, basically. It looks to me like you're balanced and like you can throw it.
We've thrown for a little over 1,200 yards this year and ran for over 1,000.
Okay. So you're a pass-heavy offense, you would describe yourselves. On high school terms.
On high school terms, probably. But, nowadays you see high school quarterbacks throwing for 4,000 yards.
Wow. Okay. Let's talk about you. What do you do on Matt Martin's staff?
I am the running backs coach.
So you're coaching Jordan Bush.
Yes.
Describe Jordan Bush.
Great kid. Always wanting to do the extra things. With some injuries, he had to step in and play our slot receiver last Friday, and he just said, okay, and did it. And then today he comes in and he's trying to learn both positions for our playoff game. So, I mean, he's just
easy to coach.
Yeah, super easy
Team
to coach.
First.
Yeah, and just always ask me what's the word, and I have to find a word of the day, whether it be compete, finish, persevere, whatever.
Well, I got that kid second hour.
Oh, boy. Is he awake yet?
Of course. He's working hard. Sometimes he's wearing those slippers. I don't get that, but
I don't get that.
I think that's just the kids today. Their choice of footwear in clothing in general, I'd say.
Right.
But you know what? I'm an old man, so.
I feel that way myself.
But you're not. You're a young man.
32.
Okay, so let's talk about your athletic journey. Where are you from?
I'm from Bunker Hill. It's 20 minutes north of here.
I know where it is.
Oh, yeah.
And you were a football guy there?
Yes.
Any other sports?
Basketball 1 year and track my junior year.
Okay. And then post Bunker Hill, any more football in your life?
1 year at McKendree.
Okay. And right now you are currently study hall supervisor at Edwardsville High School, and you are in year number 2.
Yes.
And last year you had a clone who sat at the same table, and I couldn't tell you apart.
Well, Coach Sean is the linebackers coach. We do look,
Coach Sandifer.
Coach Sandifer, sorry. We look a lot alike, I think.
Well, it's
the beard.
It's the beard and the
hair.
dark hair,
Yeah.
and it's just like you just look up, and it's like, I don't get it, man. It's like a clone situation over there. What's he coach?
He coaches the linebackers.
Oh, that's right. You said that. Okay. Why are you coaching running backs? Did you ever play running back?
No, I played quarterback.
Seriously?
Yes. All 6 foot, 235 pounds in high school, played quarterback.
All 4 years?
I was third string quarterback my freshman year. And the funny story is I started as a tight end day one, and then we were throwing the ball playing. And the next day, Coach Miles come up and he goes, "Hey, you're going to go to quarterback." And so I went third string my freshman year, and starting in my sophomore year, I started every game until I graduated.
Wow.
Didn't win one, but I started them all.
Really?
0-28 as a starter.
No kidding.
Yeah. We were independent and not in a conference, so I was going to the St. Joe Ogdens, the Tolano Unities, the powerhouses of the time.
And how did that experience shape you? How did that didn't make you hate football?
No.
What did it make you hate?
Getting hit. My dad told me when I was young that, as a starting quarterback, you can never show that you're hurt. So, you got to get up because it just makes everybody mad when you get up after a big hit and you just go start the next play. So it made me realize, hey, in life, when you get knocked down, you just got to get back up because the people that want to see you down are going to get mad because you're getting back up.
So you started every single game for 3 years.
Yep.
And the toughness.
Hey.
Did you play through some really brutal injuries?
I would say I probably had around 4 or 5 concussions in high school.
Huh.
Just the typical wear and tear. Other than that,
should you have played? Were there times when maybe you shouldn't have played?
No, I think we did a pretty good job.
Was that a different time, though?
It was a different time, but I think we did a pretty good job of when I got them and they were bad. Every time you get one, you get progressively worse. So when I would get them and they'd get worse, we'd be like, okay, we need to chill for a while, like a week, sit out at practice, do what I can, and kind of slowly build back up, kind of what they do now.
Okay. I feel like the word is out now, man, that you got to be careful.
Yeah,
you got to be careful. I mean,
and that's why Katie does such a good job for us.
We had a girl concussed at our sectional in tennis. She hit herself in the head with a racket. It doesn't seem possible. I mean, like, you're swinging a racket.
On our follow-through?
And you follow through, and you hit yourself in the head.
Huh.
And I'm telling you, I've seen that happen probably 3 times. There was a kid when I played in high school who hit himself in the eye and had to get stitches.
Now, was that wooden rackets at the time?
No.
Okay.
No, but I played with a wooden racket as a freshman. Smarty pants. I know you're trying to make fun of me, but we did. I used a wooden racket when in middle school. I used a wooden racket for sure, and then switched to a metal racket, and then the rackets got big, like my sophomore, junior high school, and then that changed everything. And then they became graphite, and so I played through that, just like you played through leather helmets.
Oh, I'm sure the kids think that sometimes.
But you're a young man. Do they know that you were a quarterback for 3 years?
Yes. Coach Martin likes to bring that up every once in a while. Just because, I'm now 6 foot, 300 pounds. So he goes, that guy was a quarterback, and the kids kind of look. I'm like, oh, I was.
So Jamarcus Russell was a quarterback.
Yeah, I like to say I was Jared Lorenzen. The hefty lefty, just
the hefty lefty.
The gut and throwing the ball.
Yeah, you need a clever nickname like him also. Okay, listen, I want to talk about some of these teams in the playoffs.
Okay.
I want to do a little not prognosticating, but just your thoughts on some of the local teams.
Okay.
As we look forward to the first week of IHSA football playoffs, which is a big deal. Okay, but first, I got to talk about Callaway Home Loans. Andy Callaway of Callaway Home Loans saves me money every month now, and he'll save my family thousands in the long run. How? He refinanced my existing mortgage, and he can do the same for you. We're talking about former EHS football star Andy Callaway. Anyway, rates are incredibly low last time I checked, and you want to take advantage of an easy, fast, and affordable way to refinance. They do conventional FHA and VA loans and ask for the MESP special. If you refinance with Andy, he'll donate $100 to the Metro East high school or junior high team of your choice. He'll give $100 to EHS football. He'll give $100 to Columbia soccer. He'll give $100 to Roxana football. Whatever you say, it's up to you. Just give Andy a call today at 618-830-3332. Save money and support your favorite team in the Metro East. Okay, we're talking with Coach Nick Mellenthin of EHS. He's the running backs coach. Coached Jordan Bush this year. Last year, he coached Justin Johnson Jr. Did he learn everything he knows from you?
If you could tell everybody that would be great.
But that's not the truth.
No.
He's a fantastic athlete, and he's had a lot of influences in his life. A lot of people
absolutely
who helped him because he is one of the most phenomenal football players in the history of Edwardsville High School, all-time touchdown leader, and a fantastic student.
I mean, I've only known him for the year, but he seems to be the most well-rounded football player I've ever been around.
Yeah.
I mean, smarts, talent, work ethic, anything.
Great kid, too. I don't think he was running the ball much this year at West Virginia. Was he getting any shots?
He's got a couple shots. I've seen him play against Oklahoma in that big game. Their running back got hurt, and he got in for a couple plays. I know he had 42 rushing yards against another team. But
okay.
I try to look every week or so and see if he's got the play, and then if he has, I try to get in and look at the film and see if I can see where he's at and how he's doing.
It's so bizarre. When I was a kid in high school, I didn't know anybody from my high school who played in the NFL. And right now, I mean, I watched a kid from Belleville West kick 4 field goals yesterday. I've seen Seibert. Edwardsville High School right now has A.J. Epinesa, Craig James, Riley Patterson just signed with the practice squad to kick for the Patriots.
Yeah, I was talking to Coach Pick the other day, the kicking coach, and I said, he went from Minnesota when he was undrafted, and they brought him in. Nice dome up there in the cold. Now he's in New England where it's cold in November.
I'll tell you what, though, they make kickers stars up there.
Oh, yeah. Adam Vinatieri was awesome.
And Memphis, where Riley went to school, cranks out the kickers, man. So you're going to see him in the league, and you're going to see Justin Johnson Jr. in the league one day, too.
Oh, I'm sure.
And you may see another Epinesa kid in the league one day soon.
Yeah.
And then we had Vincent Valentine, Super Bowl winner with the Patriots. It's just weird. It's I tell people it's crazy how many kids Edwardsville in the Southwestern Conference.
Yeah. I mean, Belleville West has a kid, the running back that's
Ford.
The Falcons, right?
Yeah, isn't that last name Ford?
Or Hill?
Yeah, Hill. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm sure there's others that I can't think of.
Yeah, I should know more of the other ones. I'm sorry if I left you off the list. Please reach out to me, and I'd be glad to give you a tweet apology if you're in the league and I forgot about you. But let's move on and talk about some of the teams, some of the local teams in the playoffs, starting at 8A. As we've talked about, the Tigers are a 31 seed playing against South Elgin in Chicago at their place on Friday at 6 o'clock. But also in 8A, you have O'Fallon, 23 seed, taking on GBS Glenbrook South, also on Friday at 7 o'clock. And then that's it for 8A locally.
Yeah,
being
the two big teams south of Springfield.
Right. And then you got 7A. I noticed that we've got Collinsville, the number 7 seed, coming in at 8-1, and that is going to be a big deal in Collinsville. I'm so excited for them. So excited for the K-Hawks.
Yeah,
Coach Rhodes there. They're gonna. I'm really looking forward to them doing big things in 7A in the state playoff series. You guys did not see Collinsville this year, though.
No, we saw them over the summer in some 7-on-7s. And, it's a new coach, and you never know what to expect, and they're playing really well.
6A, East St. Louis is the number 4 seed. Their record is 7-2. And what do you think about the Flyers?
I mean, you could say they're 7-2, but look at the two teams they lost to. They lost to nationally ranked St. John Bosco, and they were actually in that game towards the end. And then they lost to IMG, who has people living on campus just to play sports.
It's like a Division I college.
Absolutely. And, the Flyers are pretty talented. I mean, they've got Luther Burden, who is the number 1 receiver in the nation. Miles McVeigh is going to be a Power 5 offensive lineman. Battle, for being a sophomore, can run the ball, can throw. So they're a pretty complete team as well. I mean, they've got 2 or 3 running backs that can just run the ball at any time.
They're stacked.
Yeah.
They're stacked. That they're a number 4 seed there. They're seeded number 1 in my book in 6A.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. Like, you can't do a power rankings when you're going by, your schedule and saying, well, you lost 2 games and there's teams that are undefeated. Well, none of those teams played a Clemson or Alabama of high school football.
Yeah, exactly. Then you drop down to 5A, and you've got lots of local talent in there. Going down the bottom quarter of the draw, you got Triad, number 6 seed. And if they win 2 games, they're playing their biggest rival, Highland.
And Highland beat them.
Right,
to kind of turn around the season.
And Highland beat Mascoutah. So it's going to be some craziness at 5A. And then you've got also in 5A, the number 4 seed in the same half of the draw, but a different quarter, Mascoutah as the number 4 seed. And I believe their quarterback is out.
Really?
He was in a wheelchair for their last game, and I haven't heard or read what his injury is.
Yeah.
I'm sure that team will rally behind their second string quarterback. They're a great team and a great program.
That program's kind of just bounced up recently, right?
Right. Yeah, they've gotten good,
Coach,
like they have at all things.
Mr. Battis down there is just turning that whole program around.
He sure is. Every episode we talk about all the good stuff happening at Mascoutah, and you're right, Scott Battis is doing incredible things there. I don't want to leave anybody out at 5'8" here, but we've got nobody in the top half of the draw. And that covers it for 5A. Keep going down the list. 4A, locally, we have Cahokia, 16 seed, taking on Rochester, the number 1 seed. And you got Breeze Central, the number 2 seed, taking on Salem. And Columbia sneaks in at 5-4, plays SHG, Sacred Heart Griffin, on Friday at Sacred Heart Griffin. And Bethalto, also in 5A, plays Quincy Notre Dame. Bethalto, an 11 seed. 3A. 3A locally, Piasaw Southwestern, number 14 seed.
Coach Keith's doing a great job there. I came from Staunton. That's where I was before Edwardsville.
And who's the coach there?
Pat Keith. And he's, really helped that program get off its feet.
5-4. That's the only team locally that I saw there in 4A. That was 3A. 2A.
3A, don't they have Carlinville and Greenville as well?
You know what? Just switch to soccer. Carlinville in 3A. 3A, no. Newton. Oh, Mount Carmel. Mount Carmel's there. And Carlinville, you're right. 7 seed taking on DuQuoin. And we already talked about Southwestern. So that's it. That's it for them. Yeah, sorry, I missed them. And then 2A. 2A, we've got, didn't think we saw anybody. Decatur St. Teresa. Oh, Mater Dei. Mater Dei is the number 4 seed in 2A at 9-0, taking on Carmi. Pena, also 9-0, taking on Arthur. Nashville, 8-1, taking on Mendon. And that's it for 2A. And 1A bracket. Rushville plays Colfax. And Greenville plays Catlin. Macon, Casey Westfield. No 1A teams here locally that I can see. So a lot of teams in the playoffs.
Good.
Any impressions? Besides, East St. Louis is going to roll. That's my prediction.
I mean, Mascoutah is such a good team. We've talked about them. Highland, we saw them early in the year, and it was a battle. For them being such a small school to step up and play an 8A school.
It'll be interesting to see what they do without Chase Hansen.
Absolutely.
Or if he's able to come back. Like I said, he was on crutches. I saw a picture of him in a wheelchair. I don't know the extent of his injury. I wish him the best.
Absolutely. I hope. You never want to see anybody hurt. You want to see everybody at their full potential at this time of year. Locally, like I said, I'm from Bunker Hill originally. I started coaching there, and then I started coaching at Staunton. So I know like that area of football, and Carlinville is just so good every year. They're always good. Coach Easterday has them playing really well. We talked about Southwestern. I think, 8A with O'Fallon just being as good as they are this year, they can throw the ball all around. Was it Michael? His tie is his brother, Colt, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's been good this year, and Randolph on the defense over there is just stopping people left and right. So they can
looking for good things out of O'Fallon.
I mean, I'm looking for good things all around this area.
Me too.
I think this area, the more we win around here and get, the Chicago area and stuff to notice us, the more we'll get respected and maybe get, maybe eventually get a state championship down here. They have Urbana and then they have DeKalb. Well, let's get one in Carbondale and get the Southern team some love.
Play a game, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've won our share, especially East St. Louis, multiple state championships in football, amongst others. And you look at what we did in the 618 in soccer, girls soccer last year. We swept them 1A, 2A, and 3A. So, we're winning state championships down here, and I think we could win some championships this fall in football. It would be great to see.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, good luck on Friday.
Oh, thanks.
Good luck tomorrow in study hall, too.
Oh, it's all well and good until somebody brings their sports lit class down and just changes everything.
Well, we got to come down there to spread out and do some group work once in a while. Coach Mellenthin, EHS Tiger football, the running backs coach, despite his quarterback background. Thanks so much for coming by today.
Thanks for having me.
You're a fan of the show too, right?
Oh, yeah. I listen to it a lot.
Who's your favorite guest that we've had?
Oh, JB. I mean, obviously.
He's
my
job.
boy.
Yeah.
But, just everybody. I like listening to, you had the people that walk the Continental Divide. And that was interesting. Scott Battis, hearing all these people talk about and their passion for the Metro East sports.
Yeah.
Because, growing up in this area and being around here, I love it. I graduated 2007, so Edwardsville had, a string of good players then, and you brought some of them in, talked to them, and, it's interesting to hear.
That's cool, man. Thanks for being a fan.
No problem.
And thank you, everybody, for listening to the show. We are breaking numbers. We are setting records monthly, getting more downloads than I thought we would in just year number 2. So anyway, the guests always make the show here. I want to start with thanking Wade DeVries, Roxana Football, Jamie Bridges, Columbia High School Boys and Girls Soccer, and Hayes Von Bruzigan. Shoot, I said it again. It's Van. Van Bruzigan. Vaughn. I got to work on that. And Coach Nick Mellenthin, thanks so much for coming by. And for partners Callaway Home Loans, Cassins, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, Keller Williams, Marquis, Jeb, and Ginger Blasting Game, Integrity Spine and Joint Center, and Front Office Fiduciary Network. Our producers, Brian Crock and Everett Hicks, and our intern at Zoogie J. Thank you for listening to the Metro East Sports Podcast, talking all things sports in the Metro East.